What has not aged well? This one episode on the show Glee. Mark Salling, Puck, had a line in the show where he said that in the future, I'll either be in jail or dead or both. For those who don't know, Mark Salling was convicted and found guilty of child pornography, then committed suicide. Matrix parodies. For like 2 years there it was hard to escape the forced bullet time jokes in most media. There was an interview with Kevin Spacey working with kids and he said he was always looking for the shy kid in the corner. Tyler Tequila really fell off the bandwagon. People who don't wear sunscreen. Wear sunscreen, kids. For something that aged poorly really quickly, political comedy from just before the 2016 presidential election. Semi-recently I was hanging out with some friends and there was an SNL rerun from that October. And every single Trump reference is just dripping with a Trump is a joke and won't win attitude that it is tough to watch. Bit of a Brit thing, but Punch and Judy puppet shows. Punch is an alcoholic who beats up Judy for the entertainment of kids. Frowned upon nowadays. There's a commercial featuring Bill Cosby about PPL going to jail. Career advancement. Working your way up from the mailroom is long gone. You have to switch companies to get any sort of significant raise. Those lol meme XD movies that used to come out targeted to teenagers, such as Epic Movie, Meet the Spartans, etc. Due to them parodying things that were relatively current at the time, such as the Leave Britney Spears Alone YouTube video. They didn't even survive a few months. Oblivion's graphics. I love Morrowind, but the potato faces in Tez IV seriously throw me off. The episode of Seinfeld where Elaine is dating a guy who shares a name with Amedeha. He keeps getting mistaken for him, so she gets him to change his name. She picks up a sports magazine and is trying to find a name for him in there, and comes up with O.J. Simpson. She was referring to. The episode was from '93. The murders happened '94. Taking Andrew Luck in a fantasy draft yesterday afternoon. Minions. They used to be these kinda cute, one-off characters in a decent movie. Then once Illumination realized they can beat minions to death and back and still make hundreds of millions, they just focused on minions and only minions. The whole Cousins thing they pulled in the English dub of Sailor Moon back in the day with Haruka and Michiru, named Amara and Michelle in the dub, who were originally written as a les couple. I know that les couples in a kids show would have been a big deal at the time that it came out, but looking back now, they really did a piss poor job at trying to make their relationship not seem romantic while also claiming they were related. Donatella Versace honestly. Pro Jared divorce jokes. Most upvotes I ever got. All the acceptance speeches thanking Weinstein. That grilled cheese I intended to take to work last winter and I just found in an old backpack in the back of my closet. The Japanese landlord in Breakfast at Tiffany's, who gives platinum to a common AskReddit thread after 30 minutes. Andrew Luck, sorry Colts fans. Much of America's crumbling, deteriorated infrastructure hasn't aged well. Decaying bridges, roads, rail lines and railroad cars, water delivery systems that still use lead piping, inadequate highways that are poorly maintained, electric grids, etc. It is I who hasn't aged well. This flight simulator ad from 2000 went sour quick. Our AIM screen names from 6th grade. All these animated films, TV shows that depict African Americans in a really offensive way. It's really disgusting to look at nowadays. Plus there are companies like Disney that have just censored any racial stereotypes in their old films and pretended like it never happened. At least do what Warner Bros did, or put a disclaimer at the beginning that it was a product of its time, and even though it's offensive, one shouldn't try to censor the past. F7U12 memes. Even looking back on the ones I saved or shared, they are awful. Jared Fogel's Subway ads. The scene in Super Size Me when Jared is talking to children about his experience Those shareable Facebook posts saying you are legally proclaiming that Facebook can't use your personal information. People were just sharing one of those type of posts all over Instagram the other day. Babies named Deaneries. Bill Cosby released a book called Come On, People. Later editions erroneously omitted the comma, making it Come On People. In retrospect, that grammatical error may have been a prophetic one. Bill Cosby goofy voice, and then the spudge comes out of the wing wanga doodle. Don't you know? Bloopity bloop bloop. All over the place. Clean the nice lady off before she wakes up and notices. That one time when President Obama was on a late night show reading mean tweets and one of them was from Trump telling him essentially how he was a bad president. Obama told him at least he'd be president, and Trump wouldn't, implied. A good comeback at the time, but it aged absolutely terribly. Edit. Many people here are referring to a correspondence dinner hosted by the Obama administration as it featured a similar joke. While this too aged badly, I am referring to a video posted by Jimmy Kimmel's YouTube channel in October 2016. A lot of early internet memes. Especially when you see them used in commercials. Edit. Yep. That sure is a lot of dead memes in my inbox.